Welcome back to the IBSP. Here's your host, Foxy New.
David Benavidez is open to an Artur Beterbiev fight. And look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And David Benavidez has stated this via FightHype.com in reference to fighting Artur Beterbiev. Right now, I'm in a position where my opportunity is in the form of a freaking Russian monster. So I can't say no if they offer me the fight. I can't say no. Now, this is what I like about David, his willingness to step in the ring with any opponent, any given day. He has a fan-friendly style, so I enjoy this from David. This is why I respect the way David is moving right now. And when you look at it, if they offer David Benavidez the Artur Beterbiev fight, if they offer the fight, because maybe they offer David Benavidez a Callum Smith fight, a Canelo fight, a Dimitri Bivol fight. We don't know what fight they'll offer at this point for David Benavidez because all those fights would take place next year. But the fact that David is open to fighting a monster like Artur Beterbiev, especially now when Dimitri Bivol is sidelined and likely he's going to need to take a tune-up or a mandatory next, it really shows a lot about David Benavidez' willingness to fight the best fighter in the division that's available. See, Dimitri Bivol's not available right now, so that makes a lot of sense, and I respect David for that. Now, you're going to get a lot of people saying, how do I know David Benavidez isn't just saying, hey, I would take that fight. He didn't want to do this in the past. He didn't want to do that in the past, and that's a fair criticism. But the thing I'll tell you is this. David is proving to us that he's willing to fight anybody now, and this is what I mean. You remember a lot of people were calling and saying David would never fight David Morrell. I've seen people all over social media, all over YouTube. I've seen almost everybody say David would not fight David Morrell, and he turned around, fought David Morrell, beat him. That showed us that David is willing to take on the opponents. We're saying he won't fight. We will say that. Then David Benavidez turned around and offered Callum Smith to fight after we all started saying, hey, he's not going to fight Callum Smith. He looks like he doesn't want to take that fight. Once again, I've seen this everywhere. Then he offers Callum Smith to fight and offers him to fight in Saudi. And Callum Smith, once again, turns the fight down. So Callum Smith turned the fight down. David Benavidez had already took the fight with David Morrell. Callum Smith, he put Callum Smith online, said, hey, let's make this fight. Callum Smith walked away. So those are two fights in a row where David Benavidez has tried to fight the opponent we wanted to see him fight. You can't be mad at David. I don't understand. He's trying to make the fights that we're asking for. So when he says he can't say no and won't say no to an Artur Beterbiev fight, I believe him 1,000%. It's up to Turki Al-Sheikh to offer this man the fight. But as far as I'm concerned, David Benavidez will take the fight if it's offered to him. Now, if he changes, if he lies about this, if he switches up and say, oh, I can only do this, I can only do that, then we can hold his feet to the fire. But as of late, he's shown with the Callum Smith offer, with the David Morrell offer, that he's willing to fight anybody. I don't see how anybody can doubt that at this point. And not only that, you see David Benavidez even welcome a Jai Opetaia fight. Now, that doesn't mean I think David beats Jai. That doesn't mean I think David beats Artur. That doesn't mean I even think David can beat, Bivol or Canelo or any of these guys. It just simply means I believe David Benavidez is actually going to take the fights as they're presented to him, as they're offered to him by Turki Al-Sheikh. I do believe David is going to take the fights that are presented to him by Turki Al-Sheikh. And whether it's Artur Beterbiev, Callum Smith, I think David is going to take it because he's shown a recent track record of willingness to fight any of these guys. And I respect that from David Benavidez.